we got new stuff from Sephora. I mean, as new as it can get in the makeup community. Like literally, you can't catch up. But let's dive right into it. If you don't know me, I'm Mel. Happy to have you here. I hope you will subscribe. You see the number right there? It says 94. At least it does for me. I don't know why YouTube sometimes is weird and shows different numbers for different people, but it does say 94. I can guarantee you that. It would help if we made it a round number. You can help that. Anyways, today's a weird day. I'm feeling a bit weird. I have a lot of things to do. I have a lot of pimples, and this one right here feels more like a wound than an actual pimple, so I covered it up. Please don't look at it. Don't look at them. It's been a rough few days for my skin. We're gonna ignore that. So what do we have here today? Very few things, but I'm very excited about them. I feel like this summer there haven't been like a lot of great releases, not too many interesting releases. So first off, let's talk about the Patrick Ta Major Glow highlighter duo. There's a lot of SEO keywords in there, but I'm gonna skip them. This is the highlighter, and this is a re-release of the highlighter. The first iteration of these was like removed from the market because the balm formula was too balmy. It was not done very well. So I was really curious to see how these are now that they're reformulated. I have no means to compare them with the original one, but I have means to let you know if this is a good highlighter duo. And I got the shade Baby, which is this baby pink. This came, like, I don't know if you can see that, but in the corner here, this highlighter is a bit smudged and it looks like it's sweating a bit. That is probably because there are like 40 degrees here in the summer, so I don't think that's the fault of the product, but it may be something you experience if you live in a place with a lot of heat like I do, if you're in the UAE like me, or I don't know. The second thing we're gonna try on is the Ilia Soft Focus Blurring Blush, and I'm actually so excited about this because when I saw the colors on Sephora, I thought that these were like really interesting desaturated colors. I got the shade Glimpse, and let me know if you notice, like right away, it's the same color of the packaging. I don't know if the packaging changes from shade to shade. I don't think it does, but here it matches perfectly, and look how desaturated that looks. That's so interesting. It definitely has some gray. It's neutral. It seems like it has some sheen to it, and that's why it's called a soft focus blurring blush. I don't know, we're gonna try it out. I'm super excited about these. And last but not least, okay, if you know me, then you know I love eyeshadow palettes, and if you don't, now you know. I have the Urban Decay Naked Shaped Multitasking Palette, and this is in the cool version because there's also a warm version, and the packaging is super cool. First of all, it has this like lilac shift. It tells you here that you open it by sliding it up, which is kind of cool, even though a bit, I don't know, a bit bulky. The plastic, it's basically plastic, just cheap plastic. But guys, look at this thing. Like, first of all, neutral, cool, yeah, we've definitely seen that, but the first time I opened it, these 4 shades in the middle, these 4 shades are creams. I'm sorry, I didn't know. It's so interesting. And yeah, they call them just creams. Multitasking. I don't know what you could use this for apart from for your eyes. Maybe some contouring with some shades, but I think they're too small for a contour. Maybe this one in the corner can be a blush. It looks very similar to the Ilia one, but I don't know if I'd call this a multitasking. But let's get into it. I would say let's start with the eyeshadow palette because I'm most excited about these creams, and I think I will need to bring you closer. So of course, like I say in a lot of my videos, this isn't going to be a super exciting eye look. Oh, by the way, this palette doesn't have a mirror, so I don't know. It is quite expensive, so I think it should have a mirror, but at the same time, what, do you put it right here? I don't know. I will definitely start with the creams, of course. So normally one would go for the base, like cream shade, but I want to go for the taupey one. So maybe pick up a brush that is like flatter. Yeah, I guess you could use these shades like a eyebrow thingy, but I don't know. So these do remind me a bit of the Patrick Ta cream shades that he has in the eyeshadow palette. This is a super light wash of color. It's not super pigmented. So maybe it would be like a good shade if you have like taupey eyebrows. I'm also curious if this sets, because if it doesn't set, that's not a good look, right? Especially if you're using it as a base. But touching it, because I'm trying to blend it more evenly, touching it, it feels like I've applied a powder. Yeah, I think you need it to be a tiny bit closer. But yeah, it feels and looks like a powder. I wonder if I can apply it with my fingers. Let's see. That feels nice. That's a really pretty base shade for a cool tone look, which makes sense because this is a cool toned eyeshadow palette, but it's not like too deep. So if you're fair like me, it doesn't like look super stark in contrast to your skin tone. And if you're not as fair as me, there's another brown that you can use, I think, to achieve the same effect. It would just look like a smoky on me, which is not what I'm going for. So that's the base layer. I really like this shade. Wow, I was not expecting to like it that much. Honestly, the fact that this has creams is such a one-up thing for me. It's like bonus points for this palette because it has these creams. I was not expecting them at all. So I'm gonna use the... actually, I want to go for like a more of a mauvey look. So I'm gonna go with this like blushy neutral pink in the corner. I don't know. I'm gonna use it... yeah, just in... I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't done my makeup in like 2 weeks, so it feels strange. All I've done these weeks is draw, because I got a digital tablet, like not a tablet, but you know, those things that you attach to the computer to draw. And I've been reading and watching manga and anime. Anyways, that's a pretty soft shade. I like it. It pairs really well with this taupey base. I'm actually really happy about this combo. I feel like it's one of those like two-step makeup looks that I would easily throw on if I was not like inspired to do something more elaborate. I'm just putting this everywhere basically, yeah. And to deepen this up, I'm gonna use this like grungy mauvey shade. This is a brown, but it has a lot of purple, at least in the palette. Let's see. Putting this on the corner. Okay, so I was worried that there was not a lot of pigment, but I mean, it's definitely softer, but I don't know if it's because of that cream base that has set, because if it was wet, then the pigment would definitely show up more, but it's not. Okay, this one is becoming a tiny bit patchy. Can you see that? I don't know if it's the cream base, but the other one did go well, but this is the deeper version of that. So yeah, it is gathering there in the corner. No, this is my favorite shade. Why did you have to do that? I definitely gonna have to try this without the base as well. Well, I actually, now that I think about it, I could have just done one eye and one eye, but I was so excited about the cream that I didn't even think of it. Anyways, it is salvageable, like, it's salvageable, but I do still see it gathered right there in my crease. Let's see if I can manage not to have that happen on the other side. I'm gonna be a bit more, like, soft with the placement, because maybe it was me just being too like limited to one area. Yeah, this is definitely better. So it could be that maybe I did something wrong, maybe I applied too much cream on there, or maybe I was just too focused in that area with my brush. I don't know, but I did not have that issue here. That's good. That's good. We live, we learn. This is such a pretty shade. I love shades like this, like desaturated mauve shades. Okay. Can you see the vision here for the look? Like this grungy vibes type of look. And now, I mean, the palette is huge. I cannot use all these shades, but I will use one shimmer. Let me swatch all the shimmers actually, so that you can see what we are working with. These feel like the same quality of shades as in the Naked like re-release, I think. Is that not on the market anymore? I feel like it was a limited edition thing. Wow, this dark shade that's deep. These are the 4 shimmers. They're soft, they're not like super sparkly. They are like your traditional Urban Decay quality. I think I'm gonna go for this. Oh man, these are all pretty. I think I'm gonna go for these 2 in the middle here. So I'm gonna apply that like rose goldy shade in the middle. Yeah, these are like satin shimmers, which I think makes sense for the Naked branding because, well, Naked implies that it's not like it's something that you would wear every day, like bare minimum type of makeup, but it does still have some sparkle to it. So I think like in the right light you would have like these pinpoints of shimmer. And I'm going with that taupey middle shade as well, but I'm bringing this closer to the outer. That's pretty. I completely forgot I have to do my lower lash line, by the way. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pick up just a cream powder shade. I'm gonna clean up the edges here to make them a bit more blurred. Alright, and I'm gonna do my lower lash line. Basically I'm gonna use the same matte shades I used on the lid. I think this mauve shade is my favorite. I hope it was user error there for a second. There, so pretty. How many times have I said that already? But I really think it is. And that mauvey shade, I could easily see like a smoky eye with that. Now we're gonna use the cream eyeshadow here. Actually, I'm gonna use the brown one. I'm gonna do an eyeliner moment with the cream brown. Let's see if I can do that. Maybe it's too... no, it's not too light. Can definitely use this. So you can do that with the black as well. If you are into black eyeliner, I think I'm gonna have to go with the black a bit because while this is nice, I think that on the lid you lose it. So yeah, I'm gonna just start with the brown. Now that I did that, I'm gonna tap into the black a bit and just tight line. Okay, this isn't really pigmented. Okay, I think that it's blending itself like too much with the brown I put on. Yeah, so it ended up being a bit more like grayish. Yeah, it's not a... If you layer them, you lose some of the punch of the pigment. Honestly, I'm already tired of trying to deepen this, so I'm just gonna go do the same thing here. Oh, this one, like this had more time to set and it's working a bit better. I don't know, this pie is the problem child today. It's just not cooperating with me. Yeah, it's just not. It's just not. But still, you can see that the color I achieved is not like a black, but a gray, and I think it is because I layered the shades. So now we know. So I'm just gonna finish my eye look by applying maybe like a pencil eyeliner and some mascara, and I will get back to you to try the rest of the stuff on my face. One last thing I want to do with this eyeshadow palette, now that I think about it, I want to do like a pinpoint highlighter moment with this white shade. I'm gonna show it to you now. I'm gonna just clean my brush. This bright, like, I don't know, it looks very textured though. That's a lot. That's a very big pan. I don't know what they were thinking with that, if they meant for this to be like a, oh yeah, like an highlighter for all over the face, but it's definitely a big pan for a chunky white glittery eyeshadow. Yeah, it's pretty. I would not use it as an highlighter, so I don't know where that came from. Anyways, let's move on to the Ilia blush. Again, this is the shade Glimpse. I haven't read any of the claims of this, but I mean, I think it's kinda, it literally says here on the packaging, soft focus blurring blush. So we'll see about that. I don't know how pigmented this is. Oh, wait, it has like a tiny, like pinky iridescence. I don't know. You get what I mean. So blurring, it is blurring. The shade is really pretty. Like it's super soft, neutral, desaturated pink, as I expected it to be. But yeah, it has this like iridescent shift to it. It's not like super in your face. So don't expect this to be one of those products with this like super huge shifts. It's just like very soft. Like you have to look at it intensely to notice it, but I do notice it. I don't mind it actually. It reminds me of one of the Cosmetics blushes, this like baked blushes. I think that is the soft focus part that they claim. Yeah, I really like this. So it also is a powder blush, so it's probably gonna last a long time. I think they cooked with this. Do people still say that? Is that kind of cringe? I don't know. But yeah, I like it. It works really well with this look. It's soft. I like it. And we're gonna ruin it with a highlighter. Because yeah, I wouldn't normally add highlighter to this type of blush, because if I wear these shades is because I want it to be low-key, you know? But we're gonna ruin it with this. So what they say is, for a sheer dewy glow, apply the cream formula. For a higher impact shimmer, sweep the powder along the cheekbones. For Patrick's signature technique, layer the cream formula over the powder formula for a radiant multi-dimensional look. So what I'm gonna do is Patrick's technique, because I have a powder on, so I think it makes sense to start with a powder. Do I even have an highlighter brush? I think this is an highlighter brush. Listen, I'm not used to highlighters. I'm definitely not used to them. So I'm gonna start with the powder. Is this picking up anything? I don't know. It seems like it isn't. But let's see. Okay. Oh, okay. I can see that. Can you see that? I think you can't. It's very soft. It has some tiny shimmers, but it's not like a super chunky glitter. I think this brush is letting me down. It's soft. It's definitely not what I was expecting. I thought this was gonna be more like a... Well, maybe it's because the packaging says for a... What? For a higher impact shimmer. I don't see the higher impact, but maybe it is a brush. So, I don't know. I will use the soft brush on this side, and then let's change the brush for the other side and see if it's the formula, it's just sheer, or maybe it's the brush. I'm gonna use this one. I don't think it's for highlighter, but I think it's compact enough that it can help us achieve what we want. Okay, yeah, it definitely picked up more. So let's see. I mean, it is applying more, but the effect is the same. Like, it's still soft. And don't, like, this is not a critique. I like my highlighter not being seen by outer space. I think we moved on from that as a species. But yeah, you can see this one better. It is slightly like lighter than the blush. So I think it is like popping up more, especially with this more compact brush. But can you see that? I think, yeah, you can. It's a pretty color. It's definitely a color I would go for. And now let's do the secret, not so secret, Patrick technique. I'm gonna sweep into the balm. This is definitely stiffer. I've seen videos of people with the first iteration of this blush highlighter. We're so used to Patrick typing blushes. But yeah, I've seen them, and this was like literally melting. So I'm gonna apply it. Oh, sticky alert. Well, yeah, well, of course it's sticky. That's a pretty effect. Now, I don't know if I would go around with a sticky cheekbone all day. Oh god. I think it looks weird because it's the only dewy, like wet looking part of my face. I don't know, let me know what you think. I'm just trying to move like my head, trying to show you the reflection, so I hope it works. I don't know, I don't have my glasses on, so maybe you are not seeing anything. But yeah, this is sticky. I don't think it's as bad as I thought it would be. It's not that bad. It's not. I cannot feel it on my face. You know that sensation when you put a balm on your face and all you can do is think about it. You cannot feel that, but I definitely think that my hair would get caught in that. So no wind allowed if you choose this eyeliner. Man, I really love the eye blush combo though. I really do. Let me pick a lipstick. So I'm going with an old one. This is the Ham Cosmetics, where's the name? Lip Cushion Tinted Lip Luminizer in Van Gogh. That is deeper than I thought. That is pretty. I don't use these anymore because I feel like they're so messy. Yeah, looks good. I think my pimple almost looks like a mole in a few lights. Am I delusional? So this is the finished look. Let me know what you think in the comments. I honestly think that these two are bangers. I feel like a boomer saying these words. These are very good. These are very good. Yeah. Oh, just what I noticed, you see this like shift on the packaging. It's almost what you have with the blush. Almost. This is way like powered up. But yeah, this is the type of sheen that it gives, just very soft. I like both of these. Let me know in the comments if you got any of these, please. And yeah, I don't know. I think my next video will be something about my like everyday makeup because I recently changed it and I've been only doing that for like the last month. But yeah, I hope that you will consider subscribing. Thank you for watching this video and thank you for watching up to this point. I hope I will see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.